Hello.
Hello.
Happy Thursday. It is February 5th. 5th. I just looked at that. I looked at today, Thursday. We have not been on since May. I didn't realize it had been that long. And we always say that we're going to do more, and then, life happens. Lots of life has happened for us since May. But yeah, so we just came on so we can kind of catch everybody up to date. Not like our lives are like that important, but we
The
just got a lot of things going on.
whirlwind that we have.
Yeah. So some of y'all that know us know that Jesse had knee surgery in, that would have been May of 24, right?
May of 24.
May of 24. Fast forward, he had to have heart stents in October of 24. Then, kind of in between jobs throughout the thing in the oil field. He's always worked in the oil field since he was 19, I guess. 19
Right
years
after I
old.
flunked out of college.
Flunked out of college.
Flunked out of college, started in the oil field.
Did you even go to college?
Yeah.
So,
I
anyways.
was registered.
Okay, so he was registered. So, yeah, so he's worked in the oil field since then. So he is now 50-ish. 51, about to be 52. And kind of has worked his way up into like higher management of oil field positions. So, anyways, throughout all the medical stuff, and what we believe that our, life plan is and how we want things to go, I think now God just laughs at us. Like, I don't even know why y'all come up with plans of anything, because he has been changing things on us left and right, and we are just having to learn to roll with it. So, Jesse had heart stents in October of 24. His partial knee replacement from May of 24 never healed. It always, from the beginning, there was something not right. We're not exactly sure still what that was, but he ended up he was having so many issues that on the same knee they ended up doing a full knee replacement in July of 25, which that was kind of like we had to get doctor's approvals and all the things because of the heart stuff. So in all that, we sold our house, our other house, moved into Jesse's old house. It was supposed to be temporary. We are still currently here. In the meantime, we had worked on plans to custom build a house. We have the land and we have the plans, and I think God said, not right now. That's not what's happening. So a couple of months after Jesse's last knee surgery, he was laid off again, and I think both of us are really having to learn how to trust on God instead of Jesse and Wylea for what's happening. But yeah, it's been a whirlwind, because Jesse knows that if he had two good knees, what would you be doing as a job?
Don't forget the blood clot too. The blood clot happened.
Oh, yes. Sorry, it has been crazy. So, yes. So we were in Tyler, and when he had his knee surgery, and the night that he had knee surgery, they actually found that he had an arterial blood clot behind his knee, and so he had to be ambulanced over to another hospital where a cardiovascular surgery team had to go in and fish out blood clots. And so he was in that hospital, and we weren't really happy with the way that things were being done after that. So he was taken back to the first hospital. So we spent like 3 or 4 days in Tyler with knee surgery and arterial blood clot and all the things. But they believe that they got it. We have followed up with another cardiovascular surgery team, and they've done all the tests and believe that whatever the issue was, they don't even have a clue as to what caused it. Apparently, it's a pretty rare thing for it to be arterial and not venous blood clot. Um, so, yeah. So all that has happened, and some of y'all know that we took over a church in January of 25. So we have been at that a year. We do home church out of our home. And so, yeah, so our lives have just been kind of crazy and not really knowing what's going on or what all the things are, what's happening. We're just having to learn to let go of things, learn to
You
trust.
can always tell whenever we let go of things that it has claw marks on it.
Yeah. And it's not easy, and sometimes it's very painful and brutal and all the things, because Jesse has said multiple times if he had two good knees, he would be out on a rig somewhere doing all the physical work. But he can't do that because his knee still has not currently healed. For whatever reason, God knows. God knows whatever it's supposed to be. So we have had to learn to just put our plans on hold and ask God to direct and guide and lead and all the things. So we today, well, let me back up. Let me back up some from that. Yeah, so we're currently still in Jesse's old house, and eventually we'll end up somewhere else, because we're going to have to end up somewhere else because lots of things have happened. But I would say, we've been praying about all the things since September, which is about the time that he got laid off, and has applied for all the jobs, and we've prayed about all the jobs, and our prayers are always bless it or block it. If God needs us to do it, he's going to bless it, and if he doesn't need us to do it, he's going to block it, whatever that is. And obviously when you pray that prayer, you have to be okay with whatever that answer is.
Be ready to be blocked.
Yeah. I mean, and it doesn't come without tears. It doesn't come without questions of why and how it all ended up. And, I thought this door was opened, and obviously it was supposed to be something else. And, maybe the question, or maybe the answer is not always no. Maybe it's just not right now, or on hold, or whatever the reason is, but we truly have had to learn to trust in whatever God has for us. We both know that whatever we have in our plans, or whatever decisions we make on our own, are not always the greatest, not always the best decisions, don't always turn out great because they don't have God's blessing. And so we're really having to learn that. I was raised in church my whole life, and Jesse's new-ish to the Christian world, and I, a couple of years ago turned everything over, and so we're really having to learn that it's not always how we want it, or how we see our life, or how we see things panning out, but we have to trust and believe that God's way obviously is higher and better and greater than we could have ever imagined for ourselves. So in all this, my prayer place is really is in the shower, which is very random for some people, but I have a very OCD, ADD brain that just kind of takes over. And so in the shower, I have learned that I can't go anywhere else. I'm in the shower. So what am I going to do? I'm in there. So it's not like I can clean or, come up with 5 bazillion things that I need to be doing. But, I prayed and prayed and prayed for a long time. And for those that don't know, Jesse has always been an outdoors person to the core. Loves to fish, loves to hunt, loves to just be outside, loves to guide everybody else on hunts, loves to shoot pigs, he just loves to be outside. I was never raised in that lifestyle. I am very newish to the lifestyle, probably 4.5 years or so. And I love it. I just need a shower. Okay. Like, so I'm not really like hardcore roughing it, but whatever. Um, but we've really been like truly trusting and believing that whatever God has for us obviously is what's going to be. I still do real estate broker. I closed my retail shop in 23. I still do office manager stuff, payroll and things for my family's companies, but just truly praying about what it is that he has for us, because we knew that there was something. And probably a month ago.
And it's been driving me nuts, not working. The truth actually is going low level insane, not having a job, not having a thing to do, not having any income. So it's, God's and his perfect timing with everything gave me the sore leg so that I couldn't go out and get a field job. And the salesman management type of thing, when the oil field goes down like it kind of is, they don't need that as much. So it's been very tough. It really has been, to not do anything and praying about it and walking it out, pedaling the bike and trying to leave the handlebars alone. And it's still been tough. It's been 3-4 months now, I guess. And that part of it really made me learn a lot of patience, of trusting in God to do what it is that he would have me do, me to lead us, to be a part of the whole thing. And it's in doing it, in filling out endless applications, in stressing about it, low level, not I still know that God's in charge, but I really do want him to be in charge and have my way. I want to come up with a beautiful plan and just have God co-sign on it, right? But that's not the way it works. But we've been finally coming up with a plan. Finally come up with something that is perfect for both of us. It really is. It's a perfect fit for what I love to do, and also to help people, help the public in and around something that I love to do. So it's we got a new thing. It's coming up, and it seems wonderful. It seems like it fits really well, and I finally feel like I've got the perfect combination of work and play all mushed together. And can you tell them what it is?
Well, so
No.
I would say probably 6 weeks ago, in my prayer, it kind of just came to me like, why don't we, because we take a lot of my girlfriends out to, like the gun range and shoot and show them, different things. And Jesse's one of the greatest, most patient instructors ever to teach a woman. And so in all that, just praying like, God, what is it that you have for us? And so the first thing that came to mind was to teach I guess now it's called licensed to carry classes. And so we have sent in paperwork to get licensed for that. Obviously, in the state of Texas, you don't need a license anymore, but more so for the instructional part of it that we would be doing. So we would be certified to do that. In all that, Jesse said, why don't we do hunter safety courses? And so we go in 2 weeks, week and a half.
20th.
To get certified to do hunter safety courses in the outdoor portion for adults and for kids. So we will be offering that in Midland, Odessa, around our area. The other thing, so that came at first. We started into all that kind of stuff. And I would say probably 2 weeks later, in my prayer time, it kind of just came to me, gunsmith. And so I know nothing about anything, okay? Just so y'all know. If you know me, you know that. I am all city girl from top to bottom. Was not raised around guns, have no clue about any of them. And, but in the last 4.5 years, I have really come to love just the hunting and the, sitting in a blind and doing all the things and hanging out with him at the same time and being out in silence has been wonderful. So I have learned to just love that. And so I just started looking into it and like what all it consists of and what do we have to do and all the things. And so I took it to him, and I don't think he was just totally on board at the beginning because he was like, well, I do certain things for my friends, but I'm not really sure I want to do that for the public. And so he prayed about it. And his thing is pray about it and wait, 3 days?
Mm-hmm.
And so I already knew, like, in my heart that was what God obviously was telling me. And so Jesse came back and said yes, and so we prayed about it. And we prayed that if, God wanted to open these doors, that if this was of him, that he would open these doors and he would make a way. And y'all, within like a week and a half, we have all of our school stuff. We are currently working on it. So first will be, it kind of comes in phases. First is we're certified to clean. We'll be certified with ATF, certified with FFL. So it'll be cleaning, changing out minor parts.
Yeah, for the most part, we'd be able to clean. First of all, receive a gun in to have all the proper paperwork for that, and to clean and change parts. So if it's not just flashlights and stuff that go on it, but actually changing triggers and changing that sort of thing. So we'll be legal to do that after the first of 3 phases is done. We'll be able to legally open doors and start actually doing it. Now, when it comes to, there are lots of stuff go with gunsmithing as far as welding and heat treating and bluing and all that kind of stuff. So that part's all coming, but the initial part of it, changing parts and cleaning, ought to be done month.
We're hoping by April.
We're shooting for middle to the end of April to have that entire first stage of it done and start, open doors.
And with hunter safety stuff.
And the hunter safety stuff ought to all go about the same time as well.
So we today officially signed papers. We have opened a company. We have a company name. What's our name?
Cud Gunnery.
Cud Gunnery. So, we have no idea what all of this entails as far as what this is going to look like. But we truly believe that these are the doors that God has opened for us. God has already blessed us with multiple things when it comes to this business and this phase and this journey that we are on. And it's something that we get to do together. And you get to spend all your time with me.
Aww.
That's so sweet.
That's the best part of this whole thing.
Yeah. So y'all, if you think about us, say a prayer for us, because this is new. This is all new and exciting and happening really quickly and at a fast pace. And, he's talked about for a long time that getting out of the oil field. And so here's his opportunity.
It's kind of I told a couple of friends of mine about it and how it's always been the joke, not the joke, that I'd love to get out of the oil field. And after being unemployed for 3 or 4 months, I finally looked in the mirror and said, hey, dummy, you're not in the oil field. Like, oh, yeah. Huh, good point. So, this is another way to get out of it, hopefully completely. Who knows? Who knows what kind of plans God has for us? But it certainly feels good. It feels right. It really does to be able to work from home, be our own bosses, set our own hours, go on vacation when we want to.
Yeah. So, our first, we plan on doing the Midland Gun Show. That happens in
Mm-hmm.
April. Hopefully, we will be done with our first step of the whole thing. The school that we were going through, like you said, has phases. So the first phase is 150 hours, I believe, and then all the way through it's 500 and something hours. And so we started last week, and we are steadily going through it as hard and fast as we can. Um, so yeah, so that is our. Some of my friends asked today. We made a post because we were at the attorney's office this morning signing papers about our big announcement, and so that's kind of what it is. People asked if we were building our house. Not yet. Whatever comes, comes. We're trying to just be obedient to what God has for us. We know in the grand scheme of things that, obviously in most people's world, it's all about making money. That means you're successful. But that's not what the Word of God says. And so it doesn't mean, that we're going to have a big mansion. Doesn't mean we're going to have a lot of money. It's just trying to be obedient to what He actually has for us, for our church, for our lives, for our home, for our business. And so, yeah, so that's what we're walking out.
Yeah. So here for long, we ought to have. we got a very nice lady that's donated her time to make us a logo. So we got business cards and all that sort of stuff will be in the works. We don't know exactly when, but we've got it's as terrifying as it is. It it all signs point to our own company, our own corporation, own I don't know, multi-city conglomerate eventually. Probably not, but we got everything is going that direction, and it feels really good. It feels like it's the right path. We've both made a lot of mistakes and made a lot of plans and said they were led by God, and it was really led by Jesse. But but this is really a step in the right direction to where it feels like this is where God needs us to be doing, and it feels right. I can't wait.
Yeah, so stay tuned. When we started this podcast, I think on our very first podcast, if you go back and look, it said we were going to talk about God, and we were going to talk about our lives, and we were going to talk about guns. So who knew? Who knew that this was like, we had no clue. I think when I first told him, he was like, "What are you talking about?" So we're going to see how this little thing goes, and I can't really say that we're going to be on here in a week or two, because every time I say that, it seems like a year that we get on here, because our life is crazy insane. Not a bad crazy insane, just obviously whatever it is that God needs us to walk out, whether it be medical stuff or whatever it is. So yeah, so stay tuned, and we really hope that y'all will come along on this journey with us. And we hope to see y'all soon. If you have any questions, please reach out. We will do the best that we can to answer whatever we have, and we will keep our hunter safety stuff. Will probably be the very first thing that we have done, because we will get that the day that we go for our class and testing. And so I don't think there's a kids outdoor hunter safety thing that happens anywhere around us.
Now, one time when we looked at it, the
Amarillo.
closest was Amarillo, and apparently everybody 18 and under has to take a hunter safety course, and they recently added a field portion of that. The only way to get the field course was in Amarillo, so we're hoping that it'll all work out to where we'll be dealing with 18 and under children to teach them hunter safety, the field course. So
Yeah. So stay tuned, and thank y'all for coming along on this journey with us. And we hope that y'all have a wonderful day and a wonderful rest of the week. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.